name's Duke Morn, operator on the truck. A shift. This is Captain Felder, also on the truck. We're going to be demonstrating how to use our MultiForce Air Bag. We're calling it the Snowman Bag because that's what it looks like. So before we do any lifting or moving operation, we want to make sure the vehicle is stabilized. So if we look back at our car, all we've done, and it shouldn't be too familiar, is just put a couple step chocks in there. Make sure car's in park. Put a couple step chocks. Just make sure she's not going to roll away. We got one on each side. From there, we're going to additionally stabilize our vehicle. Now, you don't have to use struts, but in this case, we are. We're going to use a strut. We're going to chase with air. Captain Felder's going to be on one side. I'm going to be on the other. All we've done in this instance right here, we've added a 12-inch extension. We're using our standard 3758 strut and then our new head style. We're going to make sure that our strut is going to be at the appropriate angle, which is identified here when it's lifted. So we're going to stick around, find a good purchase point, roll it down. You want to make sure that both of your D-rings are aligned with each other, so then we can throw a strap underneath and connect both struts together. If we're not using this, you need to stabilize some other way, whether it's going to be wood, what have you. So wooden cribbing works, but this works just as well too. So pretty simple. Hook your ends in. Coming your way. Got it? You got enough? All we're doing here is pulling the slack through so then we can tighten our struts together. Okay. Just like that, we've created a triangulated base. What we're going to do now is we're going to take two hoses out of our airbag kit. That fella's going to hook one side to his strut. I'm going to hook mine on the other, and we're going to go back to this device called the VSK. The VSK controller allows two bags to be chased with air simultaneously at a lower air pressure. With the lower air pressure, instead of hitting it with 150 psi, it's just a greater safety factor, and therefore allowing us not to turn these struts into rocket ships. So tighten your collar, make sure you're locked all the way. Walk her back. And we're going to plug our intake relief valve directly into the VSK. With the VSK, make sure both outlets are used. We're going to keep our inline relief valves in the open position. And then from here, we're going to go to a dead man switch. With the VSK, we don't have to go into a dead man switch. We can go directly to a regulator that's preset. So preset regulators from Paratech kind of neck our pressures down from our 4,500 bottles to 215. So if we weren't using a dead man switch, we're doing a single operation like this, we can absolutely take this just like this. These plastics. And now hook this directly to a bottle. With this in line like this, we're going to be forcing air through our lines, and the bottle's going to be filling it, and they're going to chase automatically with air. All you need to do is just have someone on either side spin the collars to make sure it doesn't lock. Make sure it does lock. With the operation we're doing today, we're going to take that out of play, and we're going to be using our dead man switches right over there. So in the Snowman kit, it comes with both a preset regulator and a dead man switch, a black hose and a yellow hose. So get the kinks out of your lines. The yellow line's going to go to the Snowman airbag. Black line's going to go to the back end of the dead man. Lock the collars down. VSK controller, we're going to use this adapter right here. It's going to hook directly into the dead man. Make sure it's seated. Lock your collar down. Again, double check, make sure all your valves are in line. Grab a fresh bottle off the truck. You can do a 30-minute, 45-minute, hour bottle, whatever we got, whatever we're using nowadays. It'll work just fine. Make sure your knobs turn to green. We're going to charge our system right here. Captain Felder's going to make the connection to the Snowman airbag. We're going to move the handle. You have two little black locks on one side, or sorry, gold locks on one side, one more on the top. When we hit this guy, we're going to be able to deploy all the way out. Snowman connections there. So basic operation of the Snowman airbag, max lifting height and max weight are all printed on here. So you're at 31 tons and you're at a max lifting height of 25 inches. Use the crosshairs on the Snowman bag to help place this thing. You want to look for cross members on the vehicle, axles, pumpkins. Look for something that's strong. So on this vehicle right here, we have a rear differential, which works great. So kind of get down low, spot where you're going to go, and then just start slipping. Perfect. You're right there. Make sure you're in a good spot. Now this operation is going to take two different people, at least three actually. The person who's going to be back here on the dead man switch is going to initially make contact with the bag, and then you're going to have one person on each side of your strut. We're going to have firefighter Hackler over here. He's going to grab this strut. I got Captain Felder on that side. So the order of operations here is we're going to make contact initially with our bag. I have bag contact. Now I'm going to look at both of my guys and confirm that they're ready for a lifting operation. Ready to lift. Ready to lift on both sides. Lifting. 1, 2, 3. And stop. Vehicle's now up in the air. The guys who are working the collars have secured their collars, and then we can go on with continuing our extrication of whatever we're doing underneath the vehicle.